What's going on, people? I'm gonna make a quick review on Gong, on this brand Gong. I just got myself a Gong Superpower wing, 7.5. This basically it's one wing that you can use on days that you don't have that much wind. All right, let me stop you right there. This turned out to be a longer video than I thought it was going to be because a friend of mine came up to the beach with his brand new Cabrinha 7-meter. So I did a very small comparison between both wings. So if you're shopping on the market for a bigger wing, for low wind conditions, watch the video until the end because you might make a good decision, might be a benefit. And at the end, I'm also gonna give you the pros and cons about the Gong wing. So keep on watching. I usually ride a dual tone 5 meters. But here in New England, we don't have that much powerful winds. It just comes not as often. So we got mostly days like this, which is about 7 to 10 knot. And that's what these wings were for. So I'm going to review right now. I never tried it. I'm gonna review right now to you. And if you're patient enough, hang around to the end because I want to talk about this brand Gong. I have several products for them. And I just want to give you the insight about this company, all right? So hang tight, I'm gonna see how it goes. Just let you know ahead of time, I'm not a pro on wingy, I'm still learning it. I actually, on my 5-meter dual tone, I'm just learning now how to jive and tack. I get on the foil quite well on that. However, this is my first time on the 7.5, and I don't see how it's gonna go. Just let you know, I'm using a 2400 Armstrong wing, which is the biggest wing you can get. All right, so let me go into this right now. And as I said, if you're patient enough, stick it to the end. So here's the wing. The bag comes. The bag's pretty big. It's a good size. The wing's right here, and the only thing that comes with it, it's a repairing kit. So you're not gonna get any leash, neither a pump. So you're gonna have to have the pump, and also it comes with a adapter, okay, a nozzle adapter. It comes with a nozzle adapter that you definitely want to lose this. Look inside your bag because if you don't have this, you're not going to be able to inflate your wing, okay? So look inside the bag so you can find this little nozzle. So to give you the heads up so you don't get frustrated, first of all, here's the nozzle that comes with it. Okay, that comes with the wing, and you see the system that they have is a little bit different. And for you to deflate, you gotta either have to deflate this whole thing or use the pump itself to deflate. My pump doesn't deflate, so you're gonna have to just unscrew the whole thing. But don't lose this nozzle that comes with the wing itself. However, here what I have, the setup that I have. This is a dual tone nozzle. This is a Boston nozzle, and this is a Gong nozzle. So that's what I do. I always have my 3 different wings and whatnot, and I have all them attached. So right now I'm gonna have to use this. So don't waste your time. Whenever you're buying this, you gotta get a Gong nozzle, so don't waste your time. Because you're gonna be very pissed off if you get the wing and then you can inflate it. All right, heads up, guys. So to jump into the deflation, because you got to be careful with this, otherwise it can really damage your wing. So here's the deal. You got to unscrew this. If you see it, it still doesn't come off. So you got to use the pump to deflate, which I don't. It doesn't work with my pump. So the whole thing is got to take this whole valve out. So slowly let the air go first. Don't let it come out at once because it's going to explode and it's not good for the bladder. So really go and... Then after a while, and you can finally let it go out, and one's gonna explode, boom. And there we go. So you just want to do that right away. That's it. It's kind of funky the way they deflate. So here's the wing, inflated of course. Let's start from the design itself. As you can see, it's a pretty wide angle, pretty long tail, which gives more volume to the wing itself. But let me get into details that I wasn't used to it. First of all, the material is good. It's pretty much similar to every other wing that I've seen over there. One thing that I noticed, there's a stitching over here. It's pretty thick stitching that goes all the way around. I've never seen any other wing before. Static wise, it's kind of funky. Performance wise, I don't think we're not flying like 200 miles an hour, so this won't make any difference at all. But that was kind of different than I usually see it. As you saw, here's the system that we inflate, 2 valves, and for you to deflate this wing, I'm gonna show you later how to do it. But anyhow, I'm surprised that usually the old gongs used to come with a bunch of handles, and fortunately enough, we only have 3 handles over here. We do have a zip over here in case I have to do a repair, so you can go on the left side of the wing, and also a valve here that can distribute the air from the bladder from the leading wing to the strut itself. The canopy is pretty good. The material, guys, is standard. The standard is actually really good. On the back, there are 2 little sticks over here to make sure that you won't flatten in the air on the end of it. This size has a very thick material over here, I guess for, you know, if you're rubbing against the floor and so forth. So there is in the back as well. And finally on the other side, the same thing. And one thing that I forgot to mention about, guys, the funny thing is that when I saw in the manual, it does not say how many PSIs you should put on this. The funny thing, it says that you should listen to the noise to see if it's good. So basically I put 6 PSIs in here, 6 PSIs in here, and seems to be perfect for me. So on the manual, it's not gonna tell you how much PSI you should put on it. It's gonna tell you just to listen to the bladder to see if it's not too big or whatever. So I put 6 PSIs on each, and it's been fine. I'll find out later once I put it in the water anyways. Now, this is a pretty big wing, as you can see. It's pretty light, flat as well in the air, especially upside down. A little bit heavy to turn, of course, because of the width. But once again, it flatters well on downwind. Now, it feels a little bit heavy. Of course, we're talking about 7.5 meter over here, and as you can see, it's a pretty big wing, and it feels good. It feels consistent, feels straight. It does feels like it has a lot of power. So overall, so far so good. I'm gonna get in the water and see what happens. Come on, baby. Oh, it's right. The tips are pretty large, so you gotta make sure your hands are up so don't touch the tips in the water. Oh, there you go again. I'm only 5'11" and about 195 pounds. So the wind is pretty weak right now. It's about 5 to 7. So far, nothing. Gonna have to wait for a little gust. But so far the wing's pretty good. If I was on my 5 meter wing, I'll definitely not go in as fast as I'm going right now, but still. Yep, it's a pretty large wing, so you can find the tip touching the water all the time from my height. So I gotta keep my hands up a little bit more. But no complaints, you just gotta. Pretty much that's how it was for about half an hour, going up and down wind. The wind never picked up, only about 8 knots maybe max, and I was still getting used to the wing, and then my friend showed up. So fortunately for me, my big friend Jerry from Ocean Bound, he's a pro basically. There you go. I gotta put this in your feed too, man. So he's much better than I am. So he's gonna give me his professional opinion because he's much better than I am. Well, although in my defense, I'm gonna say the wind picked up a little bit. Yeah. So I know you're gonna get in. So by the way, he's using the same setup as I'm using, which is a 2400 Armstrong. Brian, he's with a 7 meter. Katrina, what's this? Cabrinha. So he's with a 7 meter Cabrinha. So that's another comparison right now. And I'm sure they're both pros. And I'm the only one who sucks here. See what happens. Yeah, so far no winners. He just said right now, I don't think so. I mean, I'm telling you, Massachusetts sucks. And now they're coming back. And as I said, the wind's not that strong right now, guys. Now here you can see the really difference between both wings. If you look at Gong right now, see how it's flapping in the air as he pumps, and when the Cabrinha gets a pump, stays nice in shape. That's the only major difference you're gonna find between both wings. The Cabrinha holds its shape much better than the Gong does while you're pumping. I don't feel bad right now. So finally he gets up on foil, and you will notice how much really the wing flaps as he pumps. There we go, here we go. Flying birdie, there you go, he finally got it. Oh wow, that's good. There we go. And you still have to pump. So from here on, Jerry enjoyed that a little bit, and then he decided to take his 5-meter wing to see if he was going to be able to be up on foil as well. And of course, he wasn't able to. Not what? When? Yeah, okay. But for the same situation that you're in, with the same board set up, you actually got up on you got up on a Gong.
Like I had nothing.
Yeah. So here's the deal. So okay, without going straight to the shot, your opinion about trying the 5-meter and the same setup and then trying the 7.5 Gong. Tell me what the pros and cons.
This feels like I have no power. It does feel like I have power with the Gong, but like I can't, when I pull in, it's like the amount of time to have the wing pull in,
Gotcha.
release, and then pull in again is there's too much like resistance going
Yep.
back. So it's like I have enough power, but then when I go to get another stroke, like a power stroke, it's like not.
It feels like it was flattening a lot on you. It was like,
just
yes,
that
yes.
Back edge, the,
Yeah.
the trailing edge is like going like this, and it's not as tight.
But you were able to go up on that a little bit on the Gong, but not on this. Of course, it's only 5 meter, but generally speaking.
I mean, we're gonna try it with my board.
You're still not able to say yet about if you like it or not?
I'm not even gonna say I like it. It's more of like, should I be out here in these light winds?
So that's the question. Here on a light wind day,
Yes.
we're not coming with this wing, right?
Like 14 is my absolute lowest.
All right, but that's my point.
Now that I don't have a 6-meter, I feel like it's like 15.
Okay, let me ask you. My point is, on a light day,
Yes.
with that, we were able to go up a little bit, but see, you only have like one try, dude. I mean, if you work more, it probably would be worth it to have something that big. Well, there you go. Inconsistent answer from my good friend over here. So after that inconsistent answer from my friend, pretty soon. I decided to take my wing for a second try, and I was able to get up on foil. So. The wind hasn't picked up that much yet, but almost. There we go. Here we go, guys. It definitely has power. I would not be on my wing right now on a 5-meter, and it definitely has a lot of power. I'm only about 7 to 9 knots. It has a lot of power. The wing is super stable. Despite its size, it feels good. Definitely a cool wing to have on a small wind day like today. Whoa! I'm happy. Well, let's see if I can try to get up again, but I doubt it. It was a lucky time. All right, guys, I'm sorry for making such a long video. So I just got out of the water right now, and let me give you the pros and cons about the wing, right? The Gong wing right now, so you don't have to worry about too much. So the wing, the cons, it's a little bit too big, bulky, slightly heavy, and the really downside of it flags a lot. Every time that you try to pump, you feel this this flag, this lack when you're pumping, so you lose a little bit of power, and it just gets you a little bit frustrated. Now let's talk about the pros. The pros is it's a very good price wing, it's a good quality, and it does what's supposed to do at a very good price. You can definitely go up on a slow wing conditions, and the price of that thing, which is the big plus, that wing is only about $800 max. I think $750 shipped to your house, which brings me back to Cabrinha. Cabrinha is definitely a much better wing, not much better, but a better wing, because the canopy, the canvas is tight throughout the whole time, and it's lighter and doesn't flag. So every time that you're pumping, you feel a constant connection with every stroke as you're pumping upwind. All right, so it's definitely a better quality wing. Now here's the question I'm raising to you guys: if you're shopping for a bigger wing, am I going to pay almost $1,300, because that's the price of Cabrinha, almost $1,300 to go on a slow wind condition, which you might not happen that, oh, it might happen often, but just to bring another day to me, I mean, it's $1,300. I don't think so. I don't think I can spend that money. Now, am I going to spend $800 to go another day on a slow wind condition? Yes, and that's why I pick Gong over the Cabrinha, because a very cost-effective wing, and for what it does very well. Now let me finally talk about Gong. Gong's a company in France, guy, ran by surfers, kiters, foilers, you name it. They're very passionate athletes like we are, and they make great products at a very low price. So they basically don't have the middleman, they sell straight to you. And they have a big, huge diversity selections of wings, foils, and boards. You gotta check them out, all right? So this is it. This is my long review. Definitely go for Gong. Gong, thank you very much for such a great product and great price. And guys, thank you so much for hanging in there. Thank you, Jerry, for helping me out to make the review as well. If it wasn't for you, this would suck. Anyhow, thank you, Jerry. Go check out Jerry's page, Outbound, on YouTube as well. And thank you again for watching the video. Please subscribe down there, and I'll be posting videos of my next products I'm gonna be buying. Take care, guys. Be good to each other and keep on winging. Take care. Bye.